everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series. Today you join me over here on the mushroom biome in my modern house, and that is because I have been working over here in between episodes on our new mega project, and I have a little time lapse to show you of some of the excavation and building that I've started, and then I will talk a little bit more about what the project is going to be. But I've got this time lapse ready for you, so let's get it going. And there is the time lapse. You can see we have gotten a lot done, but there is still a lot to do. That series of time lapses is actually 3 separate sort of mining sessions that I have done over here. And you can also see by my inventory, I've had a bit of a mistake. I broke my netherite silk touch pickaxe, which isn't very nice because that was actually my last one because I keep breaking them. So I've also set up this little station over here for getting experience to repair my tools. That was a little bit of a waste, but I've got bottles of enchanting for that. But let's take a little look at the project as a whole here. You can see a little bit more. Those are sort of the pathways that I've dug down 1 block, and then this here is where we sort of work down into a little room here, and then there's going to be an elevator down to the storage room, which will be down on this level. And as you can see, I have mined out a lot, but not enough. So there's still lots to do here. And bats, I hate bats. Makes it impossible to do anything with lighting in Minecraft. Get out of here. But yeah, and then I also moved the beacon down because that is going to be below the floor in our build. This hole is a little bit fun to fly out of at the moment. Yeah, so that is the project as it goes right now. And I actually thought about this as I did it this time. A lot of the time I dig a giant hole and then I have to deal with the ceiling after. This time I thought about the ceiling beforehand, which is new for me. So you can sort of see this is the actual size of the storage room, this brick ceiling. That's the size of the storage room on the inside is going to be. Everything else back here is for redstone, which there is an absolute ton of that goes into this storage system. So the excavation is more than just the storage room itself. It's also the room that I need to do my contraptions. So there's that, and then over here I have been trying to organize the blocks as I pull them out. We have already, you can see we haven't even gone down that far, and we just have a ton of stuff, and I'm trying to keep them organized. I've got the grass over here, dirt, granite, andesite, diorite. This is ores, and then everything else. I can throw some stuff in here now, and I've even got some cobble now, which is annoying because I broke that silk touch, and I just went and made this one. So yeah, this I can just sort out, and then what we have to do basically is just keep digging. Yeah, I've gone in the wrong order there. Yeah, so basically we need to dig this all the way down to the level that the beacon is on. I might even throw a little bit more on this ceiling, a little bit more of the decoration before I dig down further. I've got some lighting that goes on these, so I want to grab some lanterns and some chain. I don't think I actually brought any chain over as part of what I crafted, so I'm going to have to craft up some chain, but I think we'll be fine on iron. I have to remember how to craft chain, actually. I believe it's ingots and nuggets, is it not? Yes, like that. So these are actually quite expensive, but that is fine. We have a ton of iron. I'm not going to use that many chains. That's great. And then I just need some lanterns. Let me search for them, and then we'll install a little bit of lighting. Okay, I found what I was looking for, and I actually realized that I looked back at my design, and that is not where the lanterns went. This is where there was a little bit of lantern action in the middle here. It'll add a little bit of light, but not much. These are actually for a little hanging gangplank that's going to be there, which chains do hang from. So I had that right, but it's not a lighting thing. There's going to be a gangplank for adjusting the storage system. That might give you a little bit of an idea of this storage system as well, this multi-item sorter. So, and these are only along these two walls. That is where the multi-item sorters are going to be, this wall and that wall, and then the bulk storage is going to be on the other two walls. So this is giving you more and more of an idea of what this room is actually going to look like when we get there. But the most important thing now is just finishing digging this out, which is just a huge task, and I'm almost out of places to store this again, so I'm gonna have to grab some more shulker boxes out of my stash. I'm running through these quickly, and I believe I've got some chests in here. Oh, I need some more than that. There's the rest of my chests that I crafted. So yeah, there's some more of that. It's mostly going to be stone, so let's just throw some more shulker boxes in the stone pile. We don't need to go that far. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot of digging. Let's just throw the rest of these over here so we have as much inventory as possible, and just clear ourselves out again. So yeah, we just need to finish digging this out so that we can actually get to the meat of this project. And let's just throw all of our junk in here, so that we can get to the meat of this project, and so that we can have a proper storage system over here. I want to end up bringing all the blocks over so that I don't have to sit here during my videos and search through my boxes. Yes, I'd like a redstone block. Where can I get a redstone block? Let me just and oh, there's a redstone block. Yeah, so this doesn't work for me. I've always been about storage system. Oh, I've got chains in here. I did craft chains. Huh. Well, now we have more chains. Anyway, so the next task is, I think we're just gonna bang out the rest of this digging. Oh, don't jump in there without firework rockets, because you can't get back out yet until the elevator is installed. So yeah, I think we just need to put our heads down and dig out the rest of this hole, and of course we are going to do it in the form of a third-person time-lapse, so let's get it going. We have our whole dugout down here, and we've even done a little bit of the beginning of the decor to kind of show you how this room is going to come together. So the soul sand is where we are going to have elevators going up. This is going to be our drop point on the sides so that we can drop in here safely. You can see sort of the outline of the storage room even better now with that, and also with the floor with this oak down. And actually this oak, I've placed it in this pattern, which I originally wanted to do like the oak floor where everything is sort of different directions as you go, but it looked a little bit too symmetrical and too perfect, so I decided to go for a pattern that was a little bit more wild and go all over the place with it so that nothing quite looked the same as you went along, and it's always a little bit different. But we are actually going to strip the whole floor just like this, and that is going to take some time and definitely some durability from my axe, but just wanted to show you guys what that kind of looked like before and do that in the time lapse. There we go. I'll take these torches out of my hand to actually do it so that I don't but I was just trying to give you guys some light while I'm down here because I don't have a lot of light down here yet. I could actually place a couple torches just as a stand-in for now. But yeah, we've got this room sort of dug out down here, and just like that, there we go. You guys can actually see while I'm down here now, and then I basically just have to do this for about 30 minutes to try and strip all of this oak to make this floor look really nice and not too symmetrical and perfect, but a little bit haphazard all over the place. And then one of the other things that I have placed in, this is actually going to be the input right here for all of our items, so regular items, and then we're also going to have a shulker box input here, and then we're going to be able to, through this whole, check on the progress of the shulker boxes in the system. And then, yeah, everywhere where it's planks is actually where the chests and redstone are going to be sitting. So that's just visible areas under the chests that we don't want to be like stone in the end, but didn't want to continue this floor underneath it just to give it a little bit of depth like that. So that's quite good. What else can I say about this down here so far? We've turned the beacon black down here. We're actually going to turn it back to white in the fountain. Oh, there's something wrong here. That is not symmetrical. I'm going to have to take a look at that to see what is wrong there, whether it's too long on this side or too short on this side. Take a look at my designs and I'll have to fix that. Oh, that's going to bother me now. Actually, I'm going to go and take a look at this in my creative world right now and see what I did wrong. So I took a look just to see, and it is one too long on this side. So we should just be able to shave that off, I believe. Are they blocks or are they slabs right now? They might be blocks. They are blocks, so I'm going to have to grab some more slabs, and we'll get those lanterns put in the correct places. Let's just go and find some brick slabs wherever they may be. Oh, wow. You never open the right chest the first time. That's lucky. Okay, and then we just gotta fly. Oh, no, of course. We'll pillar up again. That's fine. That's fine. And then you go there. You go there. There we go. All right, so that should now look much... Oh, man, of course. That should now look much better from down below, and we should be able to instant mine that. There we go. All right, let's take a look at it from now. There we go. That looks correct. Oh, it just looks so off before. Okay, so that is good. Now we just need to, yeah, finish up this floor. So I'll come back once I have shaved the entire floor. And there we go, all shaved. It looks a little bit plain right now, but trust me, it's not going to once the whole storage system and everything is in here all the way up to the ceiling. Now, the next thing I think I want to do in here is create our entrance and exit to this room, which we're going to do with sort of a brick column here. And then, like I said, we're going to use water columns here to get up and splash pads to get down, and they'll go all the way up into that room. So let me just grab some blocks and we'll start building that up. All right, so now we have a bunch of blocks, and I have placed out sort of what it is going to look like down here, like this. It's going to go up, up, and then over like that. Same thing over here, up, up, over like that, just enough to get out on all sides, up, over, up, over, just like that. And then the glass is going to come up just normally like that, and we're just going to do that basically all the way up. And just like that. Eventually I might add a little bit of texture into this brick with some of my other blocks that I have brought over, but for now I just want to be able to use this as an entrance and an exit, so just want to get it working totally just like that. Perfect. And we'll just keep going up like that. And then down at the bottom, what we are going to do is block in the water from the soul sand. We can do that in a number of ways. You can use cleverly placed trapdoors. You can use actual doors, which are kind of annoying because then you have to open them. Trapdoors are kind of annoying because you have to... Trapdoors are annoying because you have to crouch to get through them. So we don't want to do trapdoors either. Oh, can I... Perfect. Yes, we don't want to do trapdoors either. What we believe we want to do is use chains. Chains can block water, but they don't block it fully. They allow you to walk through them. So did I keep any chains in my inventory? I didn't. So we'll have to grab some chains from up top as well. I realize I crafted some chains before, but I also have chains with me, which I crafted to bring, which I didn't even think about. There we go. All right, so there's that. And we're going to decorate this with like leaves and everything as well. So it's not going to look this plain, definitely. All right, so let's bring ourselves out. Yes. And then we want to, I believe we want to go brick. No, we can't go brick. Don't want to go brick over that. We want to keep going with the glass up like that so that we can get in. There we go. That is what we want. And then those ones will be the ups. These ones will be the downs. So let's go and see if we can grab some chains quickly. Where's the... I always go at the wrong side there. All right. Where are the chains that I actually brought? I brought so many items. Makes it difficult every single time, and I've even brought more items since. There's my chains that I actually brought. All right, so these can be used cleverly to, like this, block the water, but you can still walk through. So yeah, so all you have to do to get out of here is just whoop, and you never have to kneel or open a door or anything. So just gotta make sure they're placed upright, and there we go. And we just need to get water in there, and this is good to go. So let's actually go and check. I wonder if I've got enough ice in my ender chest to do those instead of having to do the annoying kelp trick. So where's my ice box? Oh yes, I do have lots of ice right now for my last trip out to the ice biome. Eventually I do think I want to make an ice farm. I think that would be fun. I made one before in a previous world, and they take quite a bit of time, but they make a lot of ice. So, oh, and yes, I also I upgraded my Silk Touch pickaxe to netherite because I found some in my valuables shulker box in my ender chest in here. I had 2 blocks of netherite, which is why I didn't see that there was actually netherite in here, but I've used an ingot of that to do that. And then where is my fortune pick? There it is. So that we can break this ice and have it be water. There we go. And then when we get to the bottom, it should shoot us up. We just need to get rid of you, and one side, and then I will install the second side, and then we will have a perfect entrance. All right, and now all we have to do to get in here is drop down this side onto our copper, and all we have to do to get out is quickly stand there, and we're out. Now we just need to clean up this area a little bit because it's a little bit terrible. Right now I'm just like, oh, bouncing with double jump and like, oh, it's so annoying. So I think we're gonna do something really nice in here. I'm gonna get my blocks together, ready to do this, and then I'll show you kind of how I'm going to texture what is going to go on in here. Okay, so I've grabbed some blocks, and let me show you a little trick that I use for texturing in my builds. It is nighttime here. Let me just quickly sleep. But as you can see, what I've done is I've filled up my hotbar with stairs. So what we're going to do right now is work on the stairs. So you see that I have 6 spots that are filled up with brick stairs, 2 spots that are filled up with granite stairs, and 1 that is filled up with polished granite. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll through these at high speed, and that is going to basically texture the thing. Texture the build. But what I've done is I've switched out my mouse to a different mouse. The mouse that I use for recording usually is a gaming mouse, and it's rigid in the scroll wheel. This mouse, you can flick the wheel and it'll go on forever pretty much. And it allows you to place blocks that are completely random. So I can just go like this and it will do it. And basically what I've done is created a texturizer, and based on how many of the slots you fill up with each block, you get random variation in your build, and then you can come by after and fix it if you like differences or anything, if something doesn't turn out quite the way you wanted, if you get too big of a grouping of something. But this helps to add a little bit of variation in, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the stairs in here, and also the paths that go out these ways in this area, because they're going to be the same sort of texture pattern. So it's going to have the polished granite and the regular granite worked into the brick to give it some texture. And with doing this, we get a much more interesting looking build than just using brick. So as you can see already, it's adding a lot to it, and it's doing it in a really nice and even way. And when we're finished this side, we'll take a step back and look at what we have done and see what we think of it. So 2 more stairs there, and there we go. Now look at how much different that looks than just the regular brick down below. That looks so much more textured and variated, and I like that a lot. So that is what we're going to be doing, and then when I make these paths, I'm going to be doing the same thing just like that. Oh, we've got the mycelium getting back in here. Hate mycelium. Anyway, so that is that, and now basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish up this little entrance hall here for today, and that's probably about all the time that I'm going to have. But I've got a little design for the walls in here, so let me grab a couple more blocks and I'll show you what we're going to do there. Okay, so I have grabbed some more blocks. I'm going to show you a little bit of the pattern that I'm going to be doing here. So I've outlined the shape of the room here with this spruce, which is going to be going up here, and then we are going to be shaving that to become this spruce, which is going to add a little bit of green to the room, which I think works quite nicely with the red of the brick. So this will be for the height of the room like that on all sides, like that, and then like that. And I'll have to figure out what the exact height of the room is in a second, but just give you an idea of what this is going to look like. And then I'm going to use a block that is very interesting that I haven't really used much before, but I have a lot of it from being on this mushroom biome, which is mushroom blocks. So the idea with this of what I'm going to do is I'm going to use spruce, and I believe I'm going to go up like this, yes, like that, and then the mushroom block is going to be in the back like this, and it's going to be, the mushroom block is going to act as the depth cue for the room, so that's going to be like a wall like that. on both sides, which is going to be quite interesting. And I think that this also works quite well. Let me show you with, and I believe I've actually gone one too short here. We want to go all the way up to there, and then I believe it's like this. Yes, so like that. Which means we actually want to go higher on this side as well. And then the spruce planks come back like that as the entrance. Yes, that's it. So these actually want to go a little bit higher, just like this, just like that. It's going to look really nice with the stripped spruce. You see how those colors work really well together? And of course the motorcycle goes by right now. But those colors are working really, really nicely together. So I'm going to get all of this installed. Oh, this is the problem with mushroom blocks. If you misplace anything near them, the block messes itself up. So we don't want to be doing that too much because we don't have a ton of these blocks. But yeah, so that's going to be our sort of style. So I'm going to build this up on all sides and show you guys what it looks like. And now we have the entire room put together. I realized these were actually supposed to be the spruce wood so that we didn't see the grain on the top, which makes it look much nicer. And there is the inside. Oh, and I missed the mushroom blocks in one side somehow before I started recording this clip, but that is okay. I'll place these in here. I made quite a few mistakes, so I don't want to make any more. I'm starting to run low. Oh, God, every time you place one wrong, you have to break two. And I know you can break them with Silk Touch and they fixes them, but whatever. I've still got a bunch of them. Anyway, so that is the room put together, looking really nice. I like how this has come out. And everything is looking symmetrical, which is nice. I think I haven't made any mistakes. That looks really good. Okay, now the last thing that we need to do is put a little bit of a ceiling on this. This is looking a little bit jaggy from the top because there's going to be land on top of all of this, essentially. This is sunk into the ground. There's going to be a fountain here, and then all of this is also going to be buried under the fountain. This is like going to be the poking edge, and then there's going to be a path that comes along here. So all of this will be buried. We're now going to put a roof on this, put a little bit of lighting in there because as it got to nighttime, it was pitch black down here, and we don't want that. We want to have a little bit of mood lighting in there when we go into our storage room, and I think that's where we'll finish for today. But first, I'm going to put a little bit of a roof on. I've got to find my smooth stone slabs, and then we'll get it going. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the plan for the roof in here is pretty simple. We are going to do top slabs because the fountain is actually going to be sitting right on top of all of these blocks. So it is going to be a half slab ceiling, just like this with this. I'm trying to lighten up the space a little bit. I've used a lot of dark colored blocks, greens and reds. This adds a little bit of brightness to the space. We're going to come around the beacon there, which is going to come up through the fountain, and hopefully we have enough slabs to do this. It looks like we should. And then we will continue the glass of the beacon all the way up through here. Like I said, it will turn back to white inside of the fountain. I'm not sure how high that glass goes at the moment, just like that. And then down in here, all we want to do is put a block there, put a lantern on it, put a block there, put a lantern on it, put a block there, put a lantern on it, and put a block there, and put a lantern on it. And that is our entrance room to the storage center in our new town. So that is going to be really nice. The paths obviously are going to line up to these. You're going to be able to come down here super quickly, get into the storage room and drop off items, get whatever you need. And then obviously you can easily pop back out. And there we go. So we have put together all of that decor. We dug an absolutely massive hole today. Look at all of the blocks that came out of it. Just tons upon tons of blocks. There's an empty one in the middle there. Interesting. Oh, I grabbed stone. Yeah, so we have done a ton of stuff for today, and I am totally out of time, so that is where I am going to end it. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.